Hey, my morning sunshine. A very good morning to you all. Welcome to Gurukul English Medium School. How are you, everyone? Hope you all are fine and safe at home. Welcome back, kids, to the English period. Today, we are going to start with the new lesson, that is Androcles and the lion. But before starting with our lesson, I would like to tell you something which is related to our today's lesson. Kids, you all might have heard about the kindness. But do you actually know what is the meaning of kindness? Kindness is a type of behavior marked by acts of generosity, consideration, or concern for others without expecting praise or reward. Kindness is sharing the best parts of our hearts with those around us. Kids, in our today's lesson, there is a character named Androcles who has set a very sweet example of kindness. So, let's see what example has Androcles set in our today's lesson. That is Androcles and the lion. Let's start with our lesson. Long ago, there lived a kind, gentle, and courteous man called Androcles. Courteous means polite and respectful. But he had a very cruel master. In those days, kings, nobles, and other wealthy men used poor people as their slaves. Noble means a person who comes from a family of high social rank. Slave means a person who is legally owned by someone else and has to work for them. Androcles was a slave. The slaves were forced to work for their masters. They had to do what their masters told them. They had no freedom, no rights. Even when they were unhappy with their master, they could not leave him. They were bound by law to obey their master, however wicked he might be. Bound means having a moral or legal duty to do something. Androcles did not like his wicked master. His master starved his slaves and often whipped them. Starve means cause to suffer or die from hunger. Whip means to hit a person or animal with a thin cord fastened to a handle. Androcles felt that even death was better than serving such a master. He kept looking out for a good opportunity. At the first chance he got, he escaped from the clutches of his cruel master. The clutches of means the power and control of someone. Now, although Androcles had thus run away, he was not a coward. Coward means a person who has no courage. He took shelter in a forest. He was not afraid of the wild beasts that roamed the forest. He did not mind that he had no roof over his head. He was happy that he was free as a bird to go wherever he wished. One day, as he was wandering in the forest, he suddenly came face to face with a lion. His first reaction was to turn and flee. Flee means to escape by running away. But then he saw that the lion had not moved on seeing him. It neither growled nor roared. In fact, it looked at him piteously, as if it was in great pain. Piteously means in a way that causes you to feel pity. Androcles paused. Then he moved very cautiously towards the lion, step by step. The lion moaned and whimpered, "Please help me." Its eyes seemed to say. Moan means to make a long, low sound of pain. Whimpered means make unhappy, frightened sounds. When Androcles drew near, the lion lowered its head and began to lick its paw. Then Androcles saw that the lion's paw was wounded, sore and swollen. Sore means painful and uncomfortable because of injury. On a closer look, Androcles noticed that a big thorn had pierced one of the lion's toes. So this was the cause of the lion's distress, thought Androcles. With full courage, Androcles stretched his hand slowly towards the injured paw. He was afraid that the lion would attack him if he touched its swollen paw. But the lion seemed to understand his good intention. Androcles took the paw in his left hand. Deftly, he pulled out the thorn. Deftly means skillfully and quickly. Then, tearing a piece of his own clothing, the kind man bound up the lion's injured paw. To his surprise and wonder, the lion then licked his arm as if to show gratitude. Androcles remained with the lion till it could walk again. He would hunt in the forest and share his food with the helpless beast. Every day he would clean and dress the lion's wound. So the lion was able to move about. Many times it followed Androcles wherever he went. In the meanwhile, Androcles' master had complained to the authorities that his slave Androcles had run away. Soldiers were sent in all directions to capture Androcles. Capture means to take someone prisoner. They searched for him high and low but couldn't find him. High and low means everywhere. At last, they came to the forest where Androcles lived. It so happened that Androcles had gone out alone that day while the lion rested near the cave. Both of them fell into the hands of the soldiers. The soldiers took them back to the city. They put Androcles in chains in a prison. The lion was caged. In those days, people who were found to be guilty of a serious crime were fed to wild beasts as punishment. Running away from one's master was a very serious crime at that time. Therefore, Androcles too was to be thrown to the wild beast. On the appointed day, the emperor arrived at the circus and took his place. Circus means here a stadium. The trumpeters blew the trumpet and Androcles was brought into the arena. Arena means a place where sports, entertainment or other public events take place. His chains were unbound. He felt weak and dismayed. Dismayed means worried, sad or disappointed. He was certain that this was the last day of his life. At the opposite end, a gate was raised and a ferocious lion was released into the arena. Ferocious means fierce and violent. It had been kept hungry to make it more ferocious. Androcles was filled with fear, but he put up a brave front. Put up a brave front means to show everyone by your behavior that you are not frightened. The lion saw Androcles and rushed towards him, bounding and roaring. But suddenly it stopped in its tracks. Then it moved slowly forward. All its rage seemed to have melted. Rage means extreme or violent anger. Androcles saw this too. Each friend recognized the other. To everyone's amazement, the lion bounded towards Androcles again. But when it reached him, it began to purr and rub its nose against him. Androcles hugged the lion. He wept with relief and joy. The audience, including the emperor, watched this tender sight in great wonder. Tender means kind, loving, and gentle. People began to cheer Androcles and asked for his release. The emperor asked Androcles to explain the lion's strange behavior. When he heard the whole story, the emperor was also moved by the gratitude and friendship between man and beast. He ordered that Androcles should be set free. He would no longer be a slave. When the emperor asked Androcles what other reward he would like, Androcles replied that he did not want anything for himself, but he wanted the lion to be set free too. The two friends went back to the forest to live a free life. Kids, I hope you all have understood the lesson. Now it's time for me to take a leave. We will be meeting in the next period. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye. Take care. Have a nice day. Thank you. Hey, my dear ones, a very good morning to you all. Welcome to Gurukul English Medium School. How are you, everyone? Hope you all are fine and safe at home. Welcome back, kids, to the English period. Today, we are going to start with a new lesson, that is the noble monkey. Kids, many a times we all have heard about a noble person. Do you know exactly the meaning of noble and why this noble word is given to a person? Kids, noble means belonging to a high social rank in a society, especially by birth or having or showing fine personal qualities or high moral principles. The word noble is given to a person because that person is unselfish and morally good, who is always willing to help someone in any way he could. Kids, let's see why in our today's lesson a monkey has got a title of noble. What exactly he has done? So, let's start with our lesson, that is the noble monkey. In a forest glade on the banks of the river Ganga, there was a tall shady mango tree. Glade means an open space or clearing in a forest. Every year it bore big juicy mangoes that were very sweet to taste. In the forest, there lived hundreds of monkeys with their king. The monkey king was bigger, stronger, and also wiser than all the other monkeys. The monkeys loved the mango tree for its spreading branches, cool shade, and delicious fruit. Delicious means very tasty. They often played about on the tree and enjoyed eating the tasty mangoes. Their king warned them, "Don't let even a single mango fall into the river. If the current carries it down to the land of men, they will come here in search of the heavenly fruit and destroy the peace in this land." Current means the movement of water in the sea or river. Heavenly means here wonderful. One day, however, a ripe mango fell into the river and was carried with the flow to the city of Benares. It was found by a fisherman who had never seen anything like it before. So, he presented it to the king. When the king tasted a slice of the fruit, he liked it very much. He shared it with his queen and ministers. They all loved its flavor, and in the end, it was decided that a search party should be sent to find the tree that bore such divine fruit. Divine, here it means wonderful or excellent. A fleet of rafts sailed up the river carrying many of the courtiers and the king himself. Raft means a flat structure made of pieces of wood tied together, used as a boat. By and by, the fleet of rafts reached the forest glade on the bank of the river and also found the mango tree laden with fruit. By and by means after a little time. Laden with fruit means having great quantities of fruit on it. The king and the courtiers were overjoyed. When the king's men noticed the monkeys enjoying the fruit, they were annoyed. They decided to drive them away mercilessly. Mercilessly means without any mercy or pity. They sent volleys of arrows to kill the monkeys and to scare them away for good. Volley of arrows means many arrows sent or shot at the same time. The monkey king swung to the other side of the river and ordered the others to do the same. Move quickly, save your lives by vanishing deep into the forest on the other bank, he urged. Vanishing means disappearing. Urged means advised strongly. However, he soon realized that the river stream was too wide for the others to follow. Quick as lightning, he did something very unusual. Catching hold of a tall cane with his legs, he swung back to the side where the other monkeys waited. Then he took firm hold of a branch of a tree. This way, he made a bridge across the river with his own strong body. The Monkey King then ordered the monkeys to rush to the other side over his own body. The monkeys lost no time in following his command. The Monkey King's body was being trampled upon and bruised and injured by the rushing hordes of monkeys. But he did not waver. Bruised means injured with marks on the body. Hordes means large numbers. Waver means to become weak or unsteady. He kept a tight hold over the cane and the branch till the last monkey landed safely on the other side. By then, he was badly injured and had lost all his strength. He fell down in a swoon. Swoon means faint. The king of Benares was watching this with amazement. He was touched by the bravery and sacrifice of the great Monkey King. He asked his men to stop shooting arrows. The unconscious Monkey King was gently lifted from the bank of the river and placed on a couch near the king of Benares. The king tried his best to revive the great ape. Revive means bring back to life. After a while, the Monkey King slowly opened his eyes. "Why did you sacrifice your life in this way?" said the king of Benares. "The monkeys are like my children. I am their chief and guide, and it is my duty to protect them. They are now safe, and I die a happy death. I am glad I could do my duty." So saying, the great ape closed his eyes forever. The king of Benares never forgot the great sacrifice that he had witnessed. Kids, I hope you all have understood the lesson. Now it's time for me to take a leave. We will be meeting in the next period. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye. Take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.